Welcome to the Trophyz and Medalz podcast, where we discuss sports, fashion, music, and entertainment. Where trophies are temporary and medals are forever. What side are you on?
Welcome back to the Trophyz and Medalz podcast. It's your boy Batman with the Ebb-Tide crew. Got Tony Love, Twin, and Raheem Goodell in the building. What's good, fellas?
What's going on, man?
Hey.
All right, we're going to continue with the NBA playoffs. I had to cut you off because I know you're going to say something reckless.
It's the sleeves, man. It's the sleeves, bro. It ain't the same, man.
It's not over. It's not over, though. It's not over.
But we'll go through the series. We had a couple of sweeps. We'll also get into Stephen A. Smith's response to Kwame Brown. Also, how he may be affecting other athletes of this era, as far as how they communicate with the media. We'll also get into how the fans are acting in some places as far as interacting with the players. Along as Kyrie comments, but first thing first, it ain't looking good for my Knicks.
Oh man!
Oh,
the sincerity in your voice.
Oh, wrong for that shit. Oh, wrong.
I mean, like I said, I was pulling for you, man. I did not expect Trae Young to be. Oh, you're Trae Young. Okay.
I mean, it's not that he's doing this thing. I mean, I expected that. It's just that Randall and Barrett, your two best scorers, is shooting, 30% or less from the field. You just ain't gonna win. You ain't gonna win like that. You got Derrick Rose putting up 30, trying to hold on. I'm scared he's gonna fall apart as far as how much we're using him. So it's tough, man. They're double teaming Randall every time he touched the ball. They just like, fuck that. Make one of these other bums score. Which I don't blame them. So you gotta hit the threes. 3 down, 3-1. If we can't make threes like we did, that's how our problem was in the beginning of the season. We couldn't hit threes for shit in the beginning. So without that, there ain't no chance at all.
But y'all gonna win back home.
We'll see. We'll see. We benched New Orleans' own Elfrid Payton. He hasn't seen the game since the first half of game 2.
Oh, he played for y'all?
Yeah, he was starting for us. So, most Knicks fans don't like the fact that he's starting for us. But now we got, we start Derrick Rose. Now you have no punch coming off the bench. That was always my thing. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. It ain't looking good. The Bucks.
We not having no captions, right? This week, no Knicks tags or anything, right?
Oh, we're gonna still have a Knick tag.
Oh man, it's the bullshit.
Go ahead and edit it out like you do when you share it.
But from what I've seen of the Hawks, I don't want to push them on to the next round just yet against the 76ers. But from the way they playing, I see them giving, the 76ers a run for their money. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting the speed of Trae Young. I've watched it. This is the first time in all the years he's been in the league that I sat down and watched a game of Trae Young. I did not see that speed. That is crackhead speed. He must have been doing 40 drills with Stoops because he was there when Stoops was still the coach of Oklahoma. I mean, breakaway speed to the lane. I don't see Ben Simmons must got a bullet him or something, or if he can keep him in front of him, or whoever's gonna guard him.
It's most likely Ben Simmons.
I ain't saying they're gonna win. I see it's gonna be a problem.
The problem with that matchup is Capella is not going to be able to stay out of foul trouble against Embiid.
Right.
once Capella goes into foul trouble and they go to that bench, they go into a rookie to maybe try to guard Embiid, and that's going to be hell.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if they do what I think they're going to do, double team and Embiid, they got to make open shots. So Tobias, Seth Curry.
And I think that they got to make it, they got to make it a fast-paced, game, a fast-break game in order to beat the 76ers. But when we getting ahead of things, still a series.
Round one.
Still round one. We still there. But the Bucks, what did Giannis say? We don't play with our food. Not playing with our
Yeah, he is night and day, that series from this year to last year.
Yeah.
I know there's a couple players different in Miami, like role players, but they pretty much Butler. I don't think he scored over 20 the whole series.
Wow.
If I remember that correctly.
I think if anything, they were tired because they overachieved last year with no rest, and then
Ball went to the finals.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good point.
I think Milwaukee, but also I think Milwaukee is
they pissed off.
they have had the last couple of years. I mean, they have had the team to go not only all the way, but to win it all. So, and they haven't done that. So I just think that you get to a point where, okay, well, how many times we're gonna get here? I mean, it's kind of reminds me of the Saints, where their window is I mean, I hate to say this, but their window is closed. So
Nah, I think it's different. I think Drew makes a difference for him.
Oh yeah, Holiday definitely makes a difference.
Yeah,
he's almost averaging a triple double.
Yep, I was gonna get there in Holiday, and then added Holiday. So
yeah, because like they even brought it up with him how it was Giannis who was taking the ball up at the top of the key. It's like, nah, fuck all that, bro. We got a dude that can handle that.
I can do that. Yeah.
And he has the confidence to wave him off. Like Giannis will get a rebound, start pushing, and he'd be like, nah, bring that here, bring it here. You know what I'm saying? So to have
your ass over here.
Yeah, exactly. To have somebody that have that mentality to correct another star. You know what I'm saying? Middleton don't always have, you don't need them to be Middleton and Giannis to bring the ball down. Let them catch the ball live, triple threat, make a move that way. That way it's not easy to load up and double team on them. Because they're using Giannis more in the post, more on the wing. And by the time the double team comes, they can't do shit with it. Because he's already trying to dunk that bitch.
The last 5 minutes of that game, you just saw him doing the acrobatics on the rim. Just ha ha. And for the next trick, ha.
Right. It's less energy you're burning too, not having to bring the ball down.
How you do that again, Anthony? Do that shit again.
That's what he was doing.
Do it again.
Stupid.
That's all he was doing the last 5 minutes. I'm like, come on, bro.
It's a couple times he took off. I didn't think he was getting there. I was like, he can't reach that. That's a finger roll. And it's shit, he dunked that shit. Like, fucking plastic
like,
man.
We sweeping your ass.
So he's living it up. He's living it up. And I think being off the radar with them not having the best record, not having the MVP, I think that worked in their favor.
Yeah.
Flying under the radar. So them Sixers, I don't even know if this is worth talking about. The Sixers and the Wizards. I had a friend of mine tell me yesterday, it's like the Wizards is like one of the worst defenses you ever seen.
Yeah.
As far as seeing how many points they can score, their defense is completely horrible. Like no inside presence. You got Robin Lopez.
Yeah.
Trying to play. That's not going to work a whole lot.
Yeah, they showed it last night. Who was that? Green, he shot a 3, and they had 4 Wizards around the basket, waiting for the rebound. Green cuts through all of them and gets his own rebound and then passes it back out to Harris, and then he makes a three. Like, there's no attack to the ball.
Mm-hmm.
None at all. Scott Brooks.
I mean, but they also, this is the way they built their team. Like they try to just put a bunch of shooters around Beal, but they have no enforcers. Like as far as interior, where there's, I mean, pretty much Russell Westbrook is the enforcer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at point guard, there's nobody that they have on the wing or in a post that can impose their will. So, I mean, they could plug the hole. I think they had an injury. They lost somebody at center, but they have to. I want to say Tom O'Brien, the dude that used to play for the Lakers. I think that's his name. He used to play. I just know he used to play for the Lakers. He's hurt or whatever. So they just need to plug that hole. If they can get some help in the paint, then they can do something. But in the playoffs, you can't just depend on trying to score 130 points, and that's the only way you're going to win without playing no games. So, I mean, again, another team that overachieved. There was the 10th seed, snuck in on the play-in. You know what I'm saying? That's good for the fans, you know, as far as morale and such, getting some ticket sales, get you two home games or whatever. But they clearly see they got some holes to fill.
Yeah.
Hope they can be.
But now the Jazz, if this time they're gonna play in the playoffs, whoever they face in the next round, Clippers or Dallas, is gonna have fun.
Is it? I don't know, man. Is it? Are they another team kind of like the Bucks was, where it's like a regular season type team, to where their scheme is just that basic?
Yeah.
And
I mean, because you got to think Quinn. I don't know how Quinn got the NBA job.
Wasn't he on the Hawks? I think he was on the Hawks staff, maybe.
But he was. I remember he was the head coach for Southeast Missouri State when Kareem Rush was there. So, how
that progression?
How does that trajectory get you to the NBA? I mean, it's Utah. I guess what coach wants to go to? Hey, it's an NBA job. I'll take it. But fuck.
I mean, that may be part of it. Nobody trying to get there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think either way it goes for that next round, it's going to be a tough matchup for them. Mainly Gobert, especially if they play the Mavericks. He's going to have a tough time with the stretch between Porzingis and Kleber. They're going to keep him off the paint. You know,
and Boban's still there, right?
Yeah, but he hasn't really been playing.
Okay.
But Kleber and Porzingis keeping them out the paint, shooting threes, you know, is going to take them out the picture.
Mm-hmm.
The Nuggets and the Trailblazers, that's going as planned to me as far as back and forth. One team got the backcourt, the other team got the big man.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of who's hot that game. Like I said before, if it wasn't for Austin Rivers having that one quarter, Portland would probably be up 3-1. You know what I'm saying? Because they have nothing for Lillard and CJ McCollum to counteract. And it looks like they just committing to, okay, Jokic, you can have all the points you want, but we ain't gonna let you get off these bums around you. So I still think Portland's gonna pull that out.
Yeah.
I know we mentioned earlier, Lakers Lakers lost without Anthony Davis today. Tied that series with Phoenix. Like you said, playing with your food. Playing with your food.
He got injured?
Yeah, he pulled a groin.
He left the game?
Yeah.
I saw that. I didn't know he left the game, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So if he ain't playing, that's a
wrap.
That's risky business right there.
Lakers. Us as Pelican fans, we knew.
I mean, he said something coming into the game talking about he won't miss the game for nothing. I knew that once he said that, I knew he was going to be out somewhere during the game. So you should have just kept your mouth shut. Don't jinx yourself. But I don't know, man. I heard somebody else say the same thing we said the other day when we was talking about him still trying to be a guard, have the guard mentality. And like you said, his injuries is not coming from playing big. It just fluke shit.
I think, with him, if he just, did rebounds and blocks, and everybody, I can't do the shots no more. I can't sit up there and do that this playoff. That's too much to his body. I can block and I can rebound. That's it. I think they have a chance to be successful. Everybody else step up, but him being a scorer, I think that's
and not playing defense.
And, if he just committed to defense and not
save
scoring,
his body. Yeah,
it'll save his body, but that's not going to help this team. They're going to need his points. This might go to full 7.
Yeah, I think so too. I think depending on, he might sit out the next game. Phoenix win that at home, and then LeBron puts his cape on.
Oh Lord.
So I don't know. It's at the same time, I think it's also LeBron coasting too. I think he's kind of pick and choosing his spots. He got to make everything dramatic. But this may not work in his favor.
No.
Especially if Chris Paul looks like he did today. Like he looks semi-healthy today. So if he can keep that up, then that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Brooklyn, Boston. Tatum had his one game, got his 50. We all knew that was going to happen. But that's all you got. That's what you didn't empty the clip right now.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody else on that team gonna be able to help out.
No.
So
blow it up. Not Danny, we had a great time.
But leading into the game, Kyrie kind of set herself up for failure with the whole hopefully I don't get no racism comment. Like that shit ain't all over the world. My thing is why he ain't never say that why he played for him if it's so bad. I think that's same thing with Utah players.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I think somebody had stepped up and said something. I think Kyle Korver said something a few years back, but
right.
Don't just do it when you go to the opposite team. You know what I'm saying? If you're on the court, if you hear something, just fucking stand up, report it, something. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, it's gonna build back up. We're gonna have another Pacers incident. We're gonna have another Vernon Maxwell incident, and then the fans are gonna be crying. Somebody gonna get sued.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. So somebody got to police those people.
And that's a thing I see happening now. And I mean, are you going to sit up there and eliminate that first section around the court?
Nope.
Too
Keep
much money.
Yeah, I know that's a lot of money.
That's too much, way too much money. If they didn't do it for COVID, then damn well they ain't gonna do it because a couple people back up. I don't know, man. I think there's a few bad people in the bunch, but at the same time, I think something more got to be done other than just saying the person is banned for life and then you reinstate them a year later when everybody forgets. That's what the Knicks have done a couple times.
But the thing with so like you had the instances with the Knicks and the Jazz. I mean, that's first section. That's the money seats. You know, you spitting from the second row. That's well, it got to be like a $10,000 seat, and you spitting.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how about look at it from this standpoint? You know, you got these people that got that money, and they're looking at them as pawns. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. So,
especially when it's a road team. And I'm all down for heckling. At least be creative.
Right.
Like, don't just, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you got to go to racism, you know what I'm saying? That's lazy. Like, there's so much stuff like the Knicks fans did with Trae Young. They was talking about he going bald. He's scared of birds, so there were people trying to sneak in bird hats and shit like that. So like that's creative. I fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? But calling people like I think it was John Morant. There was people messing with his family.
Yeah.
You know, that's out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? Talking about people dead family members, that's out of bounds. Like you got man, any NBA player in the league, dog, I could just rip them on sight. You know what I'm saying? There's like so much shit you can say versus just being lazy, you know what I'm saying, and just going straight out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, Trae Young, fast as hell. If he keep moving that's maybe why he's going thin. You know what I'm saying? He might be moving too fast. That's fucking just blown in the wind. But just be creative. Fuck. Don't be like the Eagles fans throwing batteries and shit like that. Like, come on, man. Do some shit.
And I wish that Trae Young would have pressed charges because he decided not to. But at some point, you got to make an example. Yeah. These fans got to have their name all nationally known. Hey, this the dude who spit at Trae Young. This the dude who pulled popcorn. All we know is that fan was banned for life.
Yeah, but who?
We don't know who. Embarrass these motherfuckers. Then you these fans they're like, oh man, they coming. We got to be on our P's and Q's. We can't sit up there and we got to act our age. I mean, with the Malice in the Palace, I mean, fans came on the court trying to scrap with the
what you think gonna happen? What you think gonna happen? You throw a whole beer on a man. What you think gonna happen? And that's like you said. That's why, like you said, you got to make an example. If it was on the street, you know what I'm saying?
He getting fucked up on site.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to, like you said, you got to make an example and keep it consistent, and not let it ride.
You're right.
But yeah, that's hilarious. I'm just picturing the Malice in the Palace when the dude got, because that was on live TV.
Yeah,
he came downstairs and squared up. I'm like, is he really?
Yeah, just square up with Rodgers.
And Jermaine O'Neal hit him with that bison, slid his ass across that floor.
I kind of question the whole discipline the fan situation, because, like, say for example, if they buying season tickets, they're spending how much at this point? You know what I'm saying? Like, say for example, they drop $1 million, right? Say season tickets for whatever. Do you think really somebody literally going, any organization is going to turn on $1 million season ticket holder who's been paying that for a while?
No, I mean, yes, but to a certain degree, because you know what? Soon as he's out of that seat, I guarantee you somebody else going
easily. There's a waiting list for those seats. Yeah,
I'm about to say in New York, I know for sure there's a waiting list. I know in Atlanta there is for sure a waiting list.
Because those, I know the ones for the Knicks are three. The season ticket courtside is $300,000 a year, and they call Spike every year. Hey, we running out. You coming back next year? Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, ticket.
Yeah.
So somebody, if you ain't on the list, if you on that they got that waiting list, and if you ain't paid by then, they call and make sure if you still coming, because that spot's ready.
Somebody ready to throw that money.
Well, I know from a back end side, I know, like, say for example, like Spike Lee pays $300K, right? But you could probably sell. I'm pretty much more sure he could probably sell if he decide, like, hey, look, I want my season tickets, but he could probably make like $600K off of it, depending on who coming to town.
Well, he did say that, like, the past few years, he hasn't been going to the games as often as he wanted to after that incident. So he's definitely been flipping those tickets.
Yeah, because I would say like even for the Saints tickets or whatever, think about how much they were before 2006, 5.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And how much they jumped since then. I want to say like
2-year waiting list now.
Yeah.
But I mean, regardless, somebody gets booted out their seat, they're gonna get it back. They're gonna get that money back, regardless. So it's unless you somewhere like shit. I'm trying to think of a team that couldn't move a ticket that easily. Maybe Cleveland.
Maybe Cleveland, Memphis.
No, Ja Morant. That's excitement. I think they
What about the Sacramento Kings?
The Kings might be hard to move.
Yeah. Charlotte.
No, I think Charlotte good now since they got a ball.
Yeah.
The Wizards.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's some teams out there that's struggling. The Pelicans.
Well, no, you got the lobbyist crowd out there, and then that's big. Yeah, that's big. The politics money there.
Yeah.
I think
Pelicans though. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but people still going to the games though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, so like say for example, I guess once we kind of finish this segment, if you had the money, would you spend your money on football season tickets or basketball season tickets? Or baseball season?
I would do basketball.
Baseball, basketball, football, and throw something else in there.
Say
Basketball.
Yeah, if Premier League was here, I'd be there.
Yeah, I already know. That's what I was thinking for you.
Man. But for me, it'd be football and basketball.
One, if you had to choose one.
You have to choose one. Basketball.
Okay. It'd be college football if that's possible.
Thanks for informing us. All right, kind of continue with the players' interaction theme. You know, we just went through how they interact with the fans, since the fans been back in the stadiums for basketball. But as far as the players with the media, I know Kwame Brown's been having his moment. I guess we could say, as far as just sick and tired of how he's addressed and how his story is being told. One thing I brought up before we started recording was, I think part of it is just, especially for basketball and football, is like a lot of these players that are stars are young, and how they handle that media presence is a little bit different for a 23-year-old or 22-year-old versus somebody that's 28, 29 and confident in themselves. So, especially in basketball, there's no such thing as the old vet on the team.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's cheaper to keep a 21-year-old on the roster versus somebody that's an old vet that earned his way in the league. But at the same time, this is what you have as far as, sensitive interaction between the media and the players.
Yeah.
And I don't see no right side to it. I just think that they gotta understand the situation better. Like understanding that you're talking to a 20-year-old and you calling him a bust and he's not living up to his expectations when he literally only been in the league a year and a half. Everybody doesn't bloom the same way, so I think you got to be a little aware of the situation.
The league is more. It's a development league now. I can get better while I'm getting paid, instead of getting better.
That's a great point.
Getting better before you get there.
Because players try to do that and they get penalized for it. Mm-hmm. Players get penalized staying in college for 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
They tell you, oh, you already reached a ceiling. You know what I'm saying? So we're not going to take you as a lottery pick. We're going to wait to get you in the second round. So now
and not only I mean, you mentioned they're penalized for it. Not only do the teams penalize you for it, the narrative that the media is putting out there now, while he would have done better had he stayed in college. Whereas, hey, I think I'm good now. I can go ahead and take care of this now, and turn pro now. Mm-hmm. And that's the narrative that they're pushing too, is that you could have benefited from staying in college.
So no win.
So yeah, I mean, it's no win. It's no win.
There's so many players, like you said, they're clearly making the decision, but at the same time, these GMs have to stop rolling these dice on people, and not going with the sure thing.
Right.
There's a lot of players that get drafted top 10 that you just, like you said, like, who the hell is this?
We had that conversation a couple of weeks ago. That six man for Florida State drafted top 5.
Yeah, what's his name? Williams, and he's actually pretty decent, but I don't think he should have been taken number 4. Like, he fits what they need and everything. Like, he's in the perfect situation. He's been playing well, but he's also somebody that shouldn't have been taken at 4. Just my opinion. Like, he's not there.
Wow. But you can't necessarily say that, because just like any other draft or whatever, people are positioning just like you for that star player. Or that potential star player. How about that?
I mean, that's like with the Knicks. We took Obi Toppin, 7 or 8, and we took Quickly at 25, and he quickly plays and was more productive.
Right.
Over Toppin. So, I mean, I get it. But with Toppin, at least he was a 4-year player.
Right.
So again, that's another situation. It's like, has he already peaked, or can he get even better than what he showed in college?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what she said.
Yeah. Twin Peaks. But yeah, it's a tricky game, because at the same time, if you look at the Kobe draft, what I'm saying, Kobe dropped all the way down to 13. He, it was a roll of dice on him.
I guess my question is, Kwame Brown was in the league for 13 years. Why this player to be singled out? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of other players who's been in the league as probably as long as him, and probably didn't really make an impact.
Or less than him. I mean, there's a bunch of players that's been drafted in the same draft as him, and thereafter that, like, only played 1 or 2 years.
And didn't play as long, right?
Exactly.
Because he was picked number 1. That's why.
But that's not his fault.
No, it's not his fault. But that's he's the puncher bag. And I thought about this too, and I addressed it in the blog. Imagine where we would be if Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson just picked up the phone and had a conversation with him, smooth things out. Where would we be right now?
And here's the thing: them motherfuckers, they wasn't studs.
No.
But
the whole point is your name of your podcast is All the Smoke.
Exactly.
The smoke, and then somebody comes at you like, "Oh, he calling us." No, don't answer, bro. Don't answer. Oh, he mad. You know he mad. No, don't fucking answer.
So maybe they need to change the podcast, so we don't want that smoke.
Some of the selective smoke.
Our smoking section.
Smoking section, stupid.
Like, Jesus.
But like you said, last name Brown. Last name Brown.
My Brown family loved that.
They were proud. They were
proud. They said, "Yeah, your boy got a point." Even my cousin, she shouted out her dad. Yeah, he crazy.
But I mean, for the most part or whatever, it's kind of like a situation where they brought it on themselves, man. Brown just had to defend himself, and then on top of that or whatever, it's like nobody really said that they denying what he's saying.
Right. They're not denying it, nor are they addressing it.
Yep. They're like, hey, he said it. It hurts me, but I look for hey, even with the Stephen A. situation, I just was like, oh yeah, you ain't denying it, so it must be true. I mean,
right.
All we did say.
This is my only thing with all the smoke is because I know the other person that they mention a lot is Tony Parker. If Tony Parker would have said something, they'll been on his ass. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's the other thing. Like you said, Kwame Brown obviously has some notches on his belt, and it's beyond the Wizards knowing this information. Everybody in the league must know this.
Yeah. Well, the comment was said, don't mess with a millionaire who cuts his own grass.
Yeah, who said that? I forgot who said that.
It was on Kenya Martin's podcast. Said that.
Yeah. I remember it was one of them. Yeah, don't get fuck with somebody that cut his own grass, dog.
Well, a millionaire cut his own grass and fix his own tractor to cut that grass. Don't mess with him. Well,
change the transmissions with his bare hands.
That's a real statement, though.
Yeah, it is real.
Yep.
That's like you ever seen somebody what you call the big roll of hay? You ever seen somebody move that shit with their bare hands?
Yeah.
And you know how strong you gotta be. One of my cousins got a property in Macomb, Mississippi. I was like, you ain't got no machine for that? You know what I'm saying? Nigga, just throw out all your shoulder ligaments trying to lift that shit.
That's my brother-in-law.
Hey, the joke was back in the day in Mississippi, if you can pick up this barrel of hay, you can pick up these big bitches.
Cornbread fish and collard green girls.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But now that's my brother-in-law all day. I've never seen this man outside of the color black. Black shirt, black jeans, black boots, and in the middle of that Mississippi heat working his land. I'm like, bruh, you ain't got a white t-shirt or something, or a little white beat?
Something.
A little cut-off shirt, nothing.
Ain't gotta be this hard.
Black all the time.
But they take pride in what they do, though. You can't take it from them.
And he from the East. I don't know what it's from.
Hey, man, that's all it takes is you getting it. You got bad man cutting grass.
Because my daddy didn't play back in the day. I don't know y'all remember these days. We can be outside in the full game of basketball.
Oh, I remember the days you had on Batman when we used to cut the grass. You had on one of them hats.
Straw hats.
Yes.
How did I miss that?
Bruh, I remember that shit.
Nah, my daddy used to walk down to EJ house and be like, didn't I tell you we were supposed to cut grass today?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I know.
Could be in a finance game of 21. I'll be back. Gotta go run, cut grass fast. Shit. Yeah, nah. Yeah, plan, all right. You want to cut or you want to weed eat? Pick one.
Oh, you never heard that story where we used to pass by Eptide, and this is why I hated y'all guys a little bit. He used to pass by Eptide on the way home. Whenever my dad do pick me up, he'd be like, he'll pass down there and say, let me see if Mr. New or Air Dad or whatever's outside or something like that. So we'll pass it up. He'd be like, man, this grass look nice. Fuck.
You know what that means for you.
Yeah, fuck, man. Going on dogwood, cutting grass.
Mm-hmm.
But from going from cutting that grass, and then when I got my first house and how big that yard was, I'm like, man, Eptide yard wasn't shit.
I know.
That's how I feel right now, because my yard is like double.
How did this take me 3 hours to cut my yard in time of this?
Yeah.
Hey, so I know Batman yard is pretty big, so I'm guessing you got a corner lot too?
No. This is back in Slidell. Now it's small. It's a small thing, and we can't get somebody to come out. Take care of that.
My yard's probably like almost three times the size of on the inside as far as with the cut. So,
hey, bro.
But now
like
we
said,
want a cul-de-sac. And we were right on that corner before we go in. And then that was fucked up. Oh Lord.
Yeah, because I moved into this house or whatever, man. The first time I cut the grass, St. Augustine. Took me 2.5 hours.
Grass. Yeah, man.
So
we went all the way to fucking grass cutting from Kwame Brown.
No, I go say like anybody think about Stephen Smith's comments?
To be honest, I didn't want to watch it because I didn't want to give him no credit for it.
You didn't watch it, Don?
For one, I know what Kwame Brown did in his career. So to see bloopers from him is not gonna be nothing new to me. But the fact that you made this big ass scene, I don't know. It's just to me, it's kind of feeding in what Kwame is saying. Like,
yeah, that's all it was. You know, there's no reason for you had to attack everybody personally. And I was like, dude, y'all been coming at me for years, but when I come back, I'm wrong. Come on. But
I think this is Stephen A. is getting wrong. For anybody that's an athlete, criticizing their game is personal. And Stephen A. is trying to say, "Oh, I'm just talking about you playing basketball." No, you're talking about me personally, because this is something I love and played since I was 5 years old, and this is my career. So yes, I'm taking it personal. I think that's what he's getting confused or trying to if he recognizes he's trying to play that game. But yes, you come at me, I'm gonna come at your hairline. Like,
and that's the thing. He also brought up that he doesn't realize that you have a following of 8 million people, and these companies are listening to you when you talk about this person. Like this person is playing right now. He's a millionaire, and when he's done with the game and wants to do something,
do business,
business. Oh, I remember you. They talking about he wouldn't trade you for a box of cereal. Nah, fuck, we ain't gonna do that with you now. you taking money out they pocket.
But it's with the whole situation at hand. I always did say black folks always say crabs in a barrel. Mm-hmm. I've always questioned who fucking put the barrel there.
That's a bar. Who put the fucking barrel there?
The barrel, barrels are in the sea. You know what I'm saying? So, not to say, I think sometimes we, as a people, create our own barrels, and then, we just kind of, so I will always kind of say, like, I feel like Stephen A. does that a lot when it kind of comes to, his criticism or whatever. It's like, are you creating a barrel? And then pretty much, or whatever, whoever fits in that barrel, they're pretty much kind of pulling each other back, or whatever, because, based off his influence, he has an influence.
But this is another thing too, though, and I kind of want to say this with how the fans act too. Same thing with media is they start the criticism for kids. You know what I'm saying? When you get to go to high school basketball games or high school football games, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these kids are being called out their names at that level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of, so we can't just say it's on a national level, the big scene. Like, it's also a culture of sports to where, you know what I'm saying, like college players, high school players, like they're being called out their names on a consistent basis before they even make it to the pro. So
yeah, I'll never forget when Marcus Smart was at Oklahoma State and was ready to fight, ready to fight a fan. But I think the way the media is heading right now, and they better watch themselves. I think they're heading to the point where they're getting like these, the Mexican media, in cartel country, where they're afraid to print what the cartel is doing, because the cartel will sit up there and take them out. And they got to think about these athletes. When you're talking about these athletes, it's not just these athletes, it's just their family and friends. They watch how hard this athlete worked to get to this point, and you're sitting there shitting on them. And hey, the athlete can tell their crew, hey, cool down, that's just part of the game. It's the gig. Until somebody comes up and try to comes at that media personality and fucks them up like a cartel would. I see us heading to that point.
What's your boy? What his name was Brent Grimes, that played for the Falcons and the Dolphins, and his wife was always going at whoever mentioned his name.
Yeah,
that's it's going to be, like you said, on that level where, like you said, it's going to be somebody in their unit that's just going to have eyes like, you know what, I'm not going to touch him.
Yeah.
Let me get your mind right. Like, and you may think that's probably what happened with Kevin Durant, because Stephen A used to always go at Kevin Durant, and which I don't watch Stephen A shit no more, but he kind of cooled off on him. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you said, it's two sides to that. So like one side of it, there's a lot of people that's so-called media, you know what I'm saying, because they just online and they reporting shit or whatever. They have no worries about interacting with these players because they're not physically in those locker rooms or not physically at the games. But those are also the same type of people that could easily be touched, because once they figure out who the fuck you are, catch you in Walmart and Kroger or Publix or some shit like that and touch you up because you done said something reckless. Like, that's, like you said, it's a fine line at this particular moment.
Because the worst one who used to be, bad with that back in the day is Frank Sinatra. Yeah. Because if you criticized his movie, I remember the story once he was in a restaurant and he saw a critic sitting with his lady at having a dinner, and then the waiter, goes to him and is like, "Hey, excuse me, sir." And he's sitting up there crying and is like, "I'm sorry." And then he looks over and Frank's at the bar and like, "What's going on?"
Ooh.
He paid the waiter to punch him out.
Wow. Oh, blue eyes.
He's like, "Hey, I'll pay you that. If not, you ain't working here no more." And he's walking up. Yeah. We gonna get to that point.
Shout out Frankie. That I was watching, what was that, Cannonball Run 2, I think it was, and Frank Sinatra was on that. Man, that's crazy. It's but that's, like you said, these athletes got the money to do it. Like, they really want them to do something like that. They got the money to throw away, especially for us, you know what I'm saying, growing up in the hood. You can throw somebody a fucking a dinner from fucking Cheesecake Factory and get them to do whatever. So
yeah,
that's fucking hilarious. The funniest media versus athlete thing is was it Jim Everett?
Oh yeah,
and Jim Rome when Call Me Chris again and see what the fuck happens. Nigga, that was live TV, nigga. That
Jim Rome
put them hands on Jim Rome. Is Jim Rome still on anything major? Who's he with? Is he with Fox? Is he with
I want to say CBS, the CBS radio.
Yeah, he only comes in.
I thought he was independent.
I mean, he might be.
He might be, but last I saw, he was with CBS.
Okay.
And he'd be on I think it's CBS Sports. They're little extra channel.
Okay.
That's the last time I saw him.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious. They flipped that table over, snatched his ass up. At least he had the balls to say it to his face. I give him props for that.
Yeah.
He took a L, but at least I give you the props to fucking and not do it with the fucking that was a different time, doing it with the fingers or doing it on paper.
And Jim Everett wasn't he was a good 6'5", 6'6".
I'm about to say that's throwback quarterbacks. That's 6'5", 6'6",
prototypical.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just tore up that desk with ease. Like Jim Rome thought he probably had a 2-second head start. Like, oh, that desk went.
Well, that's the other part about it is like, shit, 6'5" strides ain't no easy way to get away from that. You gotta outrun him in distance. You know what I'm saying? Once that arm reach get to you, it's a wrap. Oh man, Fucking Jim Rome. I never liked him. Wasn't his show like on HBO or something like that? Rome Burns.
Nah, he was on ESPN.
I felt like he had something on HBO at one point.
Nah, I don't remember him on HBO. Oh, Showtime. He did have something
Showtime?
on Showtime.
It was Showtime. Okay. Well,
I knew that's the whole CBS angle I was thinking, because they...
You on mute.
Oh, my
but
yeah.
So yeah, man, it's and the reason why, and to kind of come in full circle, talking about us, because I know we didn't say some reckless shit over the past 2 years. Twin, you and Giannis,
bitch. He's still a bitch.
Hey man, they got a first round sweep. You didn't give him no credit for that. He dominant. You need to see more. That's fair. That's fair. You know what I'm saying? I bitch ass in this list.
Because here's the thing. They got pretty far a couple years ago. I mean, 2 years in a row, they got pretty far. Right? Yeah. Hold that trophy up, my dude. Hold that trophy up.
I feel you.
He's still gonna be a bitch, huh? No, this way.
You know, we got Jamarcus Russell. What's the bitch asses list that Ty King got? Jamarcus Russell, Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce, Jameis Winston.
Chris Webber.
But I mean, well, my whole big question would be, who out of our critical aspects of our podcast, who would you want to square with?
Who do I want to score? Who do I think I have a chance? Is that what you're asking, right?
Yeah, like who would you say?
Let me.
Go ahead, Twin.
I'm not trying to square up with nobody.
Why
not? Let's see.
When I say that, you know how fast I'm running? Do you know how fast I'm running? Shit. It's the only reason why I would say it. Because he ain't going to catch me.
That's what I said when you originally said it, guy. Remember, college track athlete. You ain't the average person, so that's a good point. You ain't the average Joe Blow. You got some wheels.
I said, well, Jameis Winston is training with Jay Glazer now, so he out.
So yeah, that's a good point, Twin Love. Do I have a chance with versus just out of feelings?
Who you have a chance with? How about that? That's just.
Oh, we got a chance with none of these dudes. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 20 years ago we had a chance.
Yeah, but as far as just like out of, I'm trying to think who.
I know Ty King stay out. I know Ty.
Yeah, he don't count. He's a disgruntled person. So his list going to be long as far as we're going to, square off with, especially with Paul Pierce. I'm trying to think. I really ain't got nobody.
I know mine.
Dolan for the Knicks. And got a chance. Yeah, without his security guards. Yeah, I definitely want. I want Dolan out of there.
I say Eli Apple.
Sick of your shit. Better corner than Tulane and Broad, huh?
Nah, man. No, leave Eli. I would.
What's the other dude you always say? Not Eli Apple. What's the other one y'all always say? The safety / corner.
Nah. He was the one that got me started.
What's his name? Williams? Not Marcus Williams.
PJ Williams.
PJ Williams. Yeah. That's the one you always used to be complaining about during the games.
I would say between them, you know what? They could even jump me. I'll go ahead and swing.
Leave Eli Apple alone. His mother is well-respected pillar of social media.
Fuck that. Hey, fuck that. Beautiful woman. I say you gonna blow a coverage again?
I don't really think I got nobody else outside of Dolan. Like maybe Jeff Fisher.
Yeah.
because he started the whole issue with Vince Young, and we ended up letting them both go, and I think that kind of set us behind a few years. So probably Jeff Fisher, Dolan, Jeff Fisher.
The Jeff Fisher was severely overrated as your coach. 22 years coaching the league, only 6 playoff appearances. Why does he still have a job?
Mm-hmm.
Privilege.
He left the Titans and immediately went to the Rams. With no second guessing. Like I don't know. I don't think of nobody else.
Eli Apple. PJ Williams will have great games and horrible games, but Eli Apple, that name sticks in my head. He always had a.
You picking a football player to go at though?
Hell yeah!
Right.
I ain't playing fair.
Floyd, but baby, look, bro, I love you, man. I'm gonna have to go with you because you don't got a chance.
Okay. We got Kurt Schilling.
What?
Fuck his ass up.
What?
What did you?
Huh?
How did he win?
That's the thing. It's not him personally. It's Joe Torre, because that damn bloody sock game where he said he's pitching on one ankle. At what point do you think maybe I should bunt at him and get him out of the game, make him move? No, that's the time we're gonna pick to be classy. And let him
so it's not Kurt Schilling, it's really your manager. It's
real Joe Torre, but Kurt Schilling for sitting up there taking advantage. And
he didn't take advantage of nothing. That's y'all dropping the ball. And it's not Schilling's fault.
The other thing too, I just don't like the man. If I'm Brandon Johnson, the year we won, when we beat the Yankees with the Arizona Diamondbacks, why does my World Series ring say co-MVP? I won all my games. You gave up. You lost.
That's a good point.
The lead.
Big unit.
Just overrated.
I don't think he's overrated. I think the bloody sock game definitely gave him the story that will be told forever. You know what I'm saying? He once pitched with his ankle disintegrating while he was on the mound. That type of shit. So I get that, but he's still an all-time great. He just didn't need that story.
Eli fucking Apple.
That nigga said he tired of Eli Apple shit.
Damn.
I'm trying to think of somebody else. I ain't really got nobody. Like I said, Dolan's my main one. That's the one to do it for me. But let's take a quick break, then we can come back and jump into we'll continue this the aftermath of Kwame Brown was jumping to Charlemagne, his issues, and how that might come back to bite him in the ass.
All right.
Well, continuing on with the Kwame Brown effect, his interaction with Charlemagne ended up spilling some dirt on Charlemagne the God, which I ain't never knew. Not saying I'm a passionate follower of the Breakfast Club, but what was the actual charge? Was statutory? Not statutory, but something with a minor or whatever the case may be. Like, is that shit gonna come back to bite him in the ass?
Nah, because he too, I kind of feel like because Charlemagne's presence in media right now, they're gonna probably be like, well, it's how many years ago? 15, 20? How many years ago was it?
Almost 20, I want to say.
Yeah, so I mean, at that point or whatever, it's just kind of like a thing of they're gonna just brush that under the rug. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, Charlemagne has been kind of focused on, the whole mental health thing, and he's been active in those areas of, the community in regards to just, child abuse and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I mean, they're gonna probably give him a pass because he is an influential voice that really tries to shift over. But I mean, like, you know, I mean, think about it. Charlamagne not the same character he was 10 years ago, where he was just pretty much like the Willie Williams of, you know what I'm saying,
the
drama.
male version. Yeah.
Right. So
that's a good point.
So I just look at it like, you know, I mean, everybody knows about it. I mean, it's been said before, you know what I mean? So it's just a situation where they're kind of bringing it back up to life now. I mean, the Donkeys of the Day is going to sound kind of suspect a little bit if he was put something out there like, you know, close to a story. But, you know, I always say Black people forget, you know what I mean?
This is true. This is true. But like you said, it was just funny, like, you know what I'm saying, it comes back to bite him in the ass. He goes to make a comment about somebody else, and he's like, oh, don't forget about. Like I said, I just wasn't aware of that situation. I never heard of that before. Like I said, at the same time, I'm also not a close follower of him.
Oh, there's been mentioned other, like, you know, like diss tracks of him.
Sophie?
I mean, especially when you're somebody that's always going at people and putting people on blast. I think that's I mean, that puts yourself in the same thing with media. Like, you put yourself in that position where if you always making comments and saying stuff about other people,
you got a boyfriend?
It's gonna come back to bite you. Hold up. Yeah, exactly. What the hell are you doing?
How you doing?
Oh, he gonna drop.
We exposed him. Oh, Charlamagne and him, Kwame Brown next to him. Where's my shit? Playing the tape.
But yeah, like with Breakfast Club, that whole show. I say we go on as guests. Like, that's the type of show that you got to be on your P's and Q's. What was that going on, twin?
My bad, fellas. My bad.
Abort mission.
Yeah. Basically, she was looking at me too long. I'm like, what you doing? What's up? Anyway, we straight. We good now.
Okay. We just checking. Checking.
Hey, you know, I appreciate y'all. She was just, you know how she's looking at you too long. I'm like, I say, yeah, have a good one. Yeah, you know, I'm like, okay. Then I was messing with her. I'm like, you got a boyfriend? No, we good.
Nigga here. Lost track. Oh yeah, with Charlamagne. So yeah, that show usually make people uncomfortable. So I'm pretty sure. I think Rashawn had said this the other day. Is like Charlamagne always talking about you can say whatever you want about him, it don't bother him. Mm-hmm. Then he put a cease and desist letter on Kwame. So, you know, yeah, but if you don't dish it out, you got to take it, man.
Yeah, that shocked me the most when he did that. Like, it just, I wasn't the biggest fan of him, but when I heard he did that, it was like, oh, you're not who you say you are.
Yeah. It's like, I didn't expect you to buy out like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I get it. He got stuff that he got to protect businesses, I'm sure. He got books out and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It may be a group of people that don't know that happened, like me. But that was just, you know, surprising. That he was just like, you know what? I'm cutting this shit off right at the head.
But at the same time, I was just it did make sense. You know, I know he came out and said that the stuff about Kwame Brown's family and everything, but he didn't. You know, they're from his hometown. They're from his neck of the woods. At what point did you think, oh, they could put out my business?
Right. You gotta be smarter than that.
Why didn't that come to, you know, hit the front of his mind like that? Like, yeah, man, that family crazy, and they be like, hey, but you a rapist, bro.
Right.
What's going on?
It's a two-way street. I mean, that's a good point. I mean, that's like, you know, that's like us coming on here talking about somebody from back home. It's like, shit, they know your business too.
What? I'm gonna let you know right now. If you ever put some quick, I'm gonna say that your neck had surgery or whatever. It was never long at the beginning. You know what
Asshole. Made me sneeze on that. But I mean, but like you said, you got to be smart now. You got to know, because think about this: they probably the two most popular or two most famous families from that town. I mean, it can't be that many people that made it out of there. You know what I'm saying? So,
Pusha T, Timbaland.
They from Virginia.
Oh,
Charlemagne, them from South Carolina.
Close enough.
Yeah, they're from Virginia, but Chris Rock family from there.
Yeah.
From that area.
Yeah, like Virginia Beach, that's another good example. Like Timbaland, Pharrell, Pusha, they all know each other, Magoo. But like you said, everybody know their circle. You know what I'm saying? So probably went to the same school with people for fucking all 10 years or whatever. So gotta know better than that. Continue with music. I ain't do no research on this, but producers accusing Mary J Blige of statutory rape, saying he was 15, 16 years old, saying that she was flying him out and this and that and the other. I'm like, sir, come on now. How long ago did that have to be?
Hey, man. If any cougars out there is still flying people out or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Think about this. This is Mary J Blige in her prime.
It's crack cocaine too.
Yeah, that's true too. It is hell of a drug, Mary J Blige. But why is he coming out now? Like,
I mean,
was she tackling him?
He ain't get the stimmy.
He ain't get the stimmy.
Well, like, I mean, I look at it at the end of the day or whatever. It's kind of like a thing of even if the allegations are true, it's like it's on the tail end of her career. You know what I mean? So, will it really make a difference? Yeah, I mean, it's just like R. Kelly. You still got R. Kelly fans out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is the thing. It's a willing exchange, I'm guessing.
Right.
So,
but how do y'all feel on that? Just in general. So, a grown man going after a teenage girl, that's just wrong. But vice versa. What's your stance on that? A grown woman going after a teenage boy.
Unfortunately, it's a double standard.
Yeah.
Because I'm definitely on the what's that group? High Five Tip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was 17. Yeah, that's fucking. That's a double standard.
It's definitely a double standard.
To a certain degree, like after a certain point, a certain age gap, it gets to a problem. But like you said, for a boy at 16, you know what I'm saying? You know how we was. You chasing after Miss Parker.
Mm-hmm.
Damn right I am.
So, and at the same time, if he's saying that he was a producer for Mary J Blige when she was in her prime at 15 or 16, why we never heard of him?
Yeah.
Like if you that young producer for somebody that was that hot at the time, you have to be a musical genius to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it is, unfortunately, it is a double standard. Even though I think we talked about this before, like, when we was in high school, we definitely seen niggas come up in cutlasses picking up chicks from school, whatever. So,
yeah.
It's a different time. But like you said, if it's, 21 to 16, where like, or they're like in the 4 or 5 year range,
mm-hmm.
for a boy, that's possible. But preying on people, that's another thing. It's like if that's If you purposely going after somebody else so you can manipulate them, that's a different story. But but I don't think in his situation, you in the music business, you wasn't shooting your shot. Mary J Blige got them thighs out, long boots. You shooting your shot.
Because that's what Usher was talking about. He'll never detail it, but when he was 14 or 15 years old, he was under the guardianship of Puffy. At the rise of Bad Boy, and it's like, I've been to Playboy Mansion. I ain't got nothing on what we was doing at Bad Boy, and what my mama don't know, she don't need to know.
I don't think we talk about that on the podcast, but I guarantee you, Usher at a very young age has seen some shit that, like you said, does not need to be repeated.
And probably is the reason why he has a thing for older women. Probably from that experience.
Also Jermaine Dupri was his mentor.
Yeah, Jermaine Dupri was his mentor.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. This thing for older women, like we said, it's a mental thing. Whatever you're attracted to is something that sparked that thing in your brain.
He needs that guidance.
Well, I mean, for the most part or whatever, I look at it like, if it is true, right? 20 years ago, you smashing one of the top one artists in the game, your pussy points to go up. That was it. Think about it, like, you probably like, saying, hey, I smashed Mary J Blige, and your pussy points should go up. So you shouldn't, you should be in a good space right now.
But it can also go down for snitching.
Yeah. That's the thing. Because I never got as a guys, unless as the law doesn't recognize it as being consensual. But we know we know the deal. But it's like, why you tell them? Why bring this up now? That's why I don't understand why these rumors come up. Going with the double standard. Why even bring this to light?
Well, we could have possibly heard that she would probably throwing him money for a long time and all that bullshit. You know what I mean?
Well, why would she even be throwing him money?
I'm saying,
from her point of view, I don't even see a need to address him.
Well, I'm just saying, like, think about it. You just never know the situation until. That's why I say we might need to just wait until all the facts come out, because, like, say for example, what if he said like, yeah, I got proof that she was paying me on the table for like a couple of years to keep me shush, and then, it stopped. You know what I mean? Then what would the conversation be?
Well, the other conversation possibly is she didn't know his age, which I think we had conversation about that before. Like, we all, at least I know I have, lied about my age or misled about my age. Like,
how were you saying you were?
I wouldn't say no age. I was just taking whatever they thought.
Right. I've done that.
It's like, yeah. I'm 19. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So
I've done that.
I mean, it's that's how I can see, especially in the music business, because you're thinking that you're working, like you would think, like I said earlier, if you're in the music business, you think you're working with somebody at least 18, 19 years old, especially as a producer.
But then the thing with that is, like, if he says he has proof, fuck the money. The money could be explained away. Do you have video? Do you have pictures? Because if you don't have that at this point in time, it means nothing. The money can be explained. I didn't pay him to come sleep with me. This was money for his services, on this way, helping with this work and that. That's what I paid him for. It wasn't that. Word against that.
Anthony, you're just trying to see Mary J Blige titties, man.
If there's, like you said, if there's pictures of it, if he got pictures of it,
I'll definitely review.
It was like, damn. You know that. So the money can easily be explained. What a video, what was the tape to be authenticated.
we need evidence. Let me see it one more time.
Shit, what's your girl name? Wendy Williams, claiming she slept with Method Man. Like, I mean, you gotta think about it. Like, I'm guessing this is from back in the day. So no, it's not the Wendy Williams of today. I'm thinking about the younger version of her.
Is it improved?
Yeah, she looked okay. She looked tolerable.
Yeah, back then.
Yeah.
But now it's, RuPaul Drag Show. RuPaul Drag Show.
No calf muscles. No calf muscles.
No calf muscles.
So he over there looking it up. So like
Yeah, they used to run through her back in the day.
I mean, the entertainment industry, everybody was talking about men being, sleeping around and stuff like that. Women were doing the same thing too.
Yeah, because I knew, I didn't know about Method Man. Method Man has denied that, but I knew about Eric B and Eric Sermon. And Eric Sermon, because she made the comment that Eric Sermon, gave her train fare. It was like, no, I didn't give her train fare. I dropped off at the train station. That was it. I don't know how she got home after that.
Wow.
So Eric, so you saying my twin brother slept with Wendy Williams?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh man, standards of life.
Mm-hmm. Your own people. So yeah, I mean, and that's another thing. Just like we said in sports one time, that circle of who entertainers sleep with is unnecessarily small.
Unnecessary.
Backup dancers, backup singers, what I'm saying, people in media, like it's way too small.
It's just like Nick Cannon and Ray J just was consecutive with Kim Kardashian. And how he found out about the sex tape. Like, hey man, you about to find out how she is in a few days.
Wow.
What?
Fucking Michelle A. Michelle A with Dr. Dre and Suge Knight.
Why?
You know what I'm saying? Like the
circle is too small.
Jalen Rose, Andre Rison with they baby mama.
Who?
I don't know what her name is, but they got the same baby mama. So yeah, it's like you said, it's way too small. Circle's way too small. Too many crossing of the beams. Fucking what's your girl name? Kylie Jenner. She had like four X's in the playoffs this year. Ben Simmons, Devin Booker, Kuzma. Is it Hero?
Yeah.
Hero?
Hero. I want to say Tyler Hero too.
Good for him.
See, good for him. Gold star Marcus. Gold star Marcus. So
you said, and Griffin, right? Y'all said Blake Griffin?
Maybe that's who it is. Maybe it's not Tyler Hero. Maybe it's Blake Griffin.
Okay. Kuzma?
Yeah. Either way.
Yeah,
good for you.
Ben Simmons. Yeah. Hero?
Fucking the best. That's the best recruiters of talents in the league, dog. Kardashians, that Kardashians Jenner crew. So
well, at least she going light skin.
Yeah, obviously she has a type. She has a type. You know what I'm saying? So that's clear.
Maybe Caitlin said, Caitlin probably broke down like, look, I'm all for, interracial relationships, but I am tired of these niggas. Okay.
Let's lighten it up.
Let's lighten it up.
You know what I'm saying? Let's blend in.
Maybe a little less tattoos.
If given an opportunity, pick one.
Out of the Kardashians?
Yeah.
None of them do it for me.
Not even the older Mex?
Yeah, I'm about to go with the mama.
The mama?
The mama, Chris.
Just off the strength of her she the OG?
Yeah. I feel like she made, guide my career, take it to another level if I'm doing it right.
It's a financial investment. Oh man. What Dave Chappelle said? Now go out there and be somebody.
I mean, think about a sex tape. They are $1 billion industry off of a sex tape.
Yeah.
I gotta bring her in for some input. You know, she got.
Think about that, like early in the game, like when she's having these business meetings with these different TV companies or whatever. Like, I'm pretty sure the first couple of ones didn't take us serious, right? But once they start seeing the backing and the interest, you know what I'm saying? Like how the conversation changed.
Yeah, and I remember like the one episode I remember watching of that show, when all the sisters was complaining about Rob, you know, him making the mistake of his life. And it's like, are y'all fucking crazy? You, it's like, you got 3 kids with a dude who don't want to marry you. You married a dude after two weeks of dating him, and you divorce a dude after 2 days of being married. Shut the fuck up and mind y'all business. Like, oh, okay, mom. Like,
yeah, I ain't never watched a minute of that show.
It's like, fuck you, and fuck you. Shut the fuck up. Mind your damn business.
Y'all all screw ups now. Shut up and make this money. So Rob was what was the girl name?
Black China.
Black China.
Yeah. Who, if you ever see her pre-surgery pictures, brace yourself.
Yeah, it was a real.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was like real. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
I mean, I know it was night and day as far as I know there was some type of surgery done.
No, you are giving too much respect tonight. Imagine on the first day. Shit.
Oh man.
God created the heavens and the earth.
Neanderthal.
Yeah, bro.
It was that bad? So how the hell? So was she preying on them? It seems, and basically she reversed the game.
Yeah, strip. I mean, that's the strip away now. They will reverse the game. That's the game now. And like I said, these strippers are famous now, and I follow them.
Oh man!
It's like, oh, she coming to Houston. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'll tell my guests. Yeah, tell my guests.
Who are the OG? I got one in mind. The OG strippers in social media.
Well, you got Malai Michelle.
That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah. Bless her.
Shout out to CJ. I'll tell y'all about that off camera. I'm trying to think who else was like early in the game on social media, just like I feel like I'm missing some. It's another Houston one.
Oh,
or somebody Drake used to mess with. No, he used to mess with Malaya. But it's somebody else. But they, like you said, they definitely use social media to take them to the next level. There's even the fucking the bottle service girls.
Yeah, I know one up bottle. She's a drug.
Yeah. So like that's,
and she used to go all over too.
Just to be a bartender.
Yeah, just to be a bartender. Rochella Sway out of New York.
It's I mean, if you can work it, it's a lucrative business.
Yes, it is.
Like, to me, you probably make more money if you're a good looking bartender / bottle service girl. You probably make as much or consistently make as much on tips than some dancers, than the average dancer, because regardless of the night that they in there, regardless of the talent, they gonna want to drink. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna drink just as much on Wednesday as it is on Friday.
And you know what? Shout out to T-Pain, because I think he helped propel that culture.
That bar,
you know, I'm in love with the stripper. I'm in love with the bartender.
That's a good point. That is a good point. Show the bartender just as much love as you show the dancers.
Matter of fact, whatever the bartenders used to be finer than the dancers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that's a fact.
Yeah.
Especially at Onyx.
This is true.
Yeah.
And Passions.
I don't think I've been to Passions.
That's going on Diamond and Marcy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about Dallas.
Now that's the one, around New Year's Eve, they put out the, safe driving.
Yeah.
PSA on TV. Stop in the Passions. We'll call you a cab.
Hey, because this was a rule of thumb, right? So for any holiday, I don't know if y'all knew this or whatever, because Onyx and Passion used to be right around the corner, right? So what we'll do is we'll get off, hurry up and park there, sober up a little bit, and then go home to the east. That used to be our, if we really messed up, that's a way to easily get on down and and just think about life a little bit before we head down and see the cops.
Get your life together.
I mean, it used to be rough. It used to be rough getting to that part, bro. Think about it. If you wasn't at 7140, it was a long ride.
Yeah, man. Shit, driving back to LaPlace.
Oh, I know. And I cursed you out.
Your senior year.
I cursed him out a couple of times because I remember blanking out soon I got on the twin span, and then somehow I woke up right when we turned, and I didn't know what happened. I was like, "How the hell did I get here?"
I've been there a couple of times.
Good times. I mean,
it's just stretches of highway you don't remember. Like I remember early when I first lived in Dallas, and I came home in the middle of the night. And I don't remember going from Lafayette to where 610 and I-10 meet in New Orleans. Like, I remember, only thing that woke me up because I drove over that little hump that connects two highways. And like, what the hell? That whole time I was cruising.
And you're not really, and you're not asleep. You're just kind of like in autopilot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that shit.
Like Jesus is seriously taking the wheel.
Taking the wheel, sir.
It ain't his time, Lord.
Because when I was in Dallas, it was too many. Like I just prefer to drive at night because there'd be no traffic. You know what I'm saying? But I had to stop doing that. Like I was speeding. You know what I'm saying? Cruise control, $115.
And you were living in Frisco.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was my thing. I just was like, how the hell you were driving to Frisco like that? But Frisco then is not the Frisco now. Frisco now is waiting.
Yeah, I heard. I don't think I can afford to live in Frisco no more.
No.
I think I thought I was playing a nice pretty penny back then, but they're saying that townhouse I had is like double. So yeah, that's not gonna work.
Well, because when we went up there for Ed's wedding and we were at the embassy, and I saw like the first 6 parking spots were for electric cars. I was like, oh, this is the money point. They're like the first 6 then handicap.
Yeah, that 2-bedroom apartment in Frisco probably more than my mortgage right now.
Yeah,
by a few hundreds. You know what I'm saying? So they definitely expanded there.
Easy.
So, all All right, let's take this last break and we can come back and we'll jump into a conversation about older athletes and then wrap up.
All right.
So Tony Love brought up a good point earlier today. With a lot of older athletes having some success over the past couple of years, is it good for sports or is it bad for sports? Me being an old man, still trying to hoop, I'm gonna say it's good for it because at least you can relate to somebody that's actively playing at a high level.
That's what community ballpark is for.
Tell Tom Brady that.
Yeah, and I brought up today with it being the Indy 500, 105th run of the race, and Helio Castroneves winning his fourth, for the fourth time. He's 46 years old and still doing this, and with Phil Mickelson winning the PGA, Brady winning another Super Bowl at 43, and now you have Aaron Rodgers say, look, he just won MVP at 30, 38, 37, and they're doubting him. At what point do these teams look at, hey, that 30, there's no decline, there's late 30s no more. It's not dipping anymore. It's starting to dip way later than that.
So like say for example, let me just be 100%. So in basketball, Batman, could you really play at a high level with your bad knees? And most people that got bad knees at this point.
Consistently, no.
Okay. In football, a 40-year-old running back.
Well, that's the thing. No. Let's not play that. You got to figure out. There's only certain positions you can play that long in all sports. So yes, no, a 40-year-old running back, that's not the case. But we've had like damn near 40-year-old offensive linemen.
Oh yeah, go say offensive
quarterbacks, wide receivers. What's your boy name? Darryl Green played till how old he was?
I think
39?
39.
So
because he came in the league at 82 and left in 2000, I believe.
Something like that. So there's certain positions. So yeah, no, at playing a running back, hell no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, Jerry Rice to 42. He was at 40 and had 92 catches, almost 1,400 yards. So
yeah. I say because my whole big thing will be. So like say for example, now you have players that's going in at 40 still playing in the league, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the competition pretty much or whatever. I mean, yeah, quarterback, yeah, I can see it because for the most part or whatever, as long as he's protected, he should be fine. You know what I mean? But I just see as they get older or whatever, the contracts are going to get small. You know what I mean? You might say, hey, look, the younger person with quicker speed, even though you have the knowledge for quicker speed, we'll pay you and a rookie pretty much the same thing at this point because you know what I'm saying? It's like it's a preference at this point. You know what I mean? You're not getting no max contract unless you do something special at this point. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like for the most part or whatever, I can see like saying, hey, if you still have interest to play, we think that you're efficient, we'll give you league minimum. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be like 1 year contract after a certain point.
Right.
Well, the veteran Aaron Rodgers is different price though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in the case of Aaron Rodgers, like I'm coming off an MVP season. Let's come back to the table and renegotiate. Fuck this dude that's behind me. He ain't there yet, and y'all know that.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. It's a bad look for the younger players because the longer certain positions play, that means the longer somebody got to wait in the wing. Mm-hmm. So it's bad on that angle too.
No, actually, to be honest with you, at the QB position, they need 2 or 3 years of actual understudy. You know what I'm saying? That's just the truth.
Yeah, but with the way the contracts are set up now on the rookie scale, you ain't got that time to waste because they only get is only 4 years.
Four or 5 years.
5. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you got to
Pat
make a decision. You got to see what you're working with.
Pat Mahomes, Alex Smith knew he was on the clock. Like, yeah, you on your last year. This dude coming in next year, and he hasn't finished less than the AFC Championship his first 2 years as a starter.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, rookie contracts are what, 4 years, 5?
Yeah, 4, 5th year.
So you have a player on the bench for 2, and then he, that 3rd year or whatever, you try to swing him in there and see what he does. I mean, that's the truth. I mean, but you still need backups though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, like, they're taking an L based off of that. I mean, I just look at the whole Aaron Rodgers thing. It's like, as much as you criticize Brett Favre for how he left, you're doing pretty much the same thing.
Mm-hmm. I don't see it as the same thing. Brett Favre was sitting up there dangling if he was going to leave or not.
No, I'm saying,
but
for like his attitude towards his replacement. I mean, like, he's like pretty much like, fuck it, I want my way, or give me the highway. And to be honest with you, or whatever, I mean, like, him going to where? Is he going to get a ring?
I mean,
that was the front runner right now. If a trade,
he could stay in Green Bay and potentially get a ring. So it's, I don't think there's anywhere guaranteed. You got to think about what happens after he signs, kind of like with Tom Brady, because that team that the Bucs had wasn't the same Bucs team that won the Super Bowl. Like, there wasn't no Antonio Brown, there wasn't no Fournette, there wasn't no Gronk, there wasn't no who else they signed. They made a move for somebody else that was big on the defense. That wasn't the same team that Tom Brady signed with. So if Aaron Rodgers goes to Denver, you know what I'm saying, there's going to be people, running backs, offensive linemen, defensive line. It's going to be key positions that's going to become available that people will sign with them because somebody's going to cut them just for saving $1. So it's, it's not necessarily, like, for example, if he came to the Saints, with the defense that the Saints is, and say, for instance, who's somebody somebody could potentially get cut soon, like fucking
Thomas.
Julio. I'm talking about somebody from another team, like Julio Jones or somebody of that nature comes and sign with them. That takes your team to the next level because he's coming because of Aaron Rodgers coming over. So
I know June 1st is the deadline, right? You'll know.
Well, no, that's when the cap hit is less.
Okay.
So that's part of why the Julio trade hasn't happened. Right.
So I think with a lot of them, the trades already in the wraps. It's done. Yeah, I think June 1st midnight. We gonna get those alerts on our phones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and I think it also too. It helps. It handicaps the teams that they're going to because they're not familiar with the playbook. Like, you're going into, you got 2 months to learn a new system as opposed to getting, signing at the beginning of free agency, back in March and knowing it, getting the full 6 months leading up to training camp to know everything and then practice it. So that, I think, that's one thing, a penalty that these teams are setting against themselves by doing the whole June 1st shit.
Smart move, though.
Yeah. I mean, going back to the older players, like when it comes to like golf, we're accustomed to seeing older players be, successful Maybe not as dominant as they used to,
but not win majors though. That's the thing. That's it. With Tiger doing it 2 years ago, and now Phil winning it. These athletes are playing longer.
I mean, it's a new age. It's a new, as far as you got to think about it, athletes are smarter as far as how to take care of their bodies. So whether it's diet, whether it's working out, or when we rephrase that, their training versus working out, because, we've heard stories in basketball and football, after the game, they chugging beers. Lenny Dykstra used to say before he got on steroids that, after a game, they'll go to a bar and knock down some beers to deal with the pain, versus an athlete today will probably go to like a, physical therapy session and get a massage, not like Deshaun Watson. But but they're doing, they had a different way of taking care of the pain back then. And Len Dykstra went from doing beers, having hangovers, and killing his liver, like, oh, let me just do steroids. Like, I think what he said in the book, I don't know if this is for true or not. Like he used to say, he just sprinkled over his frosted flakes in the morning. Like, I don't know about all that.
Knowing him, he probably would. It's probably true knowing him.
I love Lenny Dykstra.
Yeah,
I love him as a player. But
knowing him, he probably did.
Them excerpts from his book and stuff, I was like, dog, he was really between the fucking dip and the fucking steroids, nigga. That eye was fucking looking twitchy as fuck, looking like Popeye. Mm-hmm. So yeah, like it's different, different times, and they know how to understand and react to their body and play longer. And I think that's what you're going to see going forward. Is I think back in the day, players played longer just because there wasn't many other people getting opportunities to play. Mm-hmm. I think now it's just because they can play longer because they're doing a better job of working out, eating, and staying in shape. So I think it's gonna be a continued trend. Like I know people kept saying like Brady's going to retire, Brady's going to retire, Brady's going to retire.
Brady's going to hit that wall. He's going to start declining. Like it ain't happening, folks.
Right. So what Breeze made it to 40. I see Aaron Rodgers, unless he just can't get it right with Green Bay and just choose to retire. I see Aaron Rodgers making the 40. I see Russell Wilson playing till 40.
I see a lot of these guys are going to start taking the Tom Brady route and go to more Southern-based teams.
It's easier to get up and play.
Yeah, easier to get up and play. This being great in minus 20-degree weathers for the birds.
Yeah, because like you talking about bad knees earlier, like it's one thing in the summertime to play. Like I had no issues as I've been playing lately, but playing in the wintertime when that shit's squeaking like this fucking chair, like that shit ain't what's up.
Yeah. So I mean, but my whole big thing is, okay, so I do agree more people are gonna play longer. But for me personally, whatever, I kind of feel not all players are worth playing longer.
I agree.
Right.
I definitely agree there. The other part about it is that with football, the rules have changed where it's not as physical a game. Therefore, players are going to play a longer time due to that as well.
Yeah, I think if you're talking about Eli Apple or whatever playing until he's 40.
Yeah. I ain't trying to see that
shit. No, we're not doing that. You know what I mean? Like, I think most. I mean, don't get me wrong. Now, this is what I can say will probably come out of it. This will probably start the semi-football again that the NFL was tied to. Because you have players that just say, "Hey, I still want to play, but I don't necessarily want to quit the league." And then they'll say, "Hey, well, if you have a desire to play, here go other league or whatever way it might not necessarily be so depending on your body, but that's the nostalgia of them still playing. You know what I mean?"
XFL, and I know the Rodgers are gonna bring that back.
I can see that happening. Saying, hey, as players get into their 35s, how about play on this side and make it more competitive? Because if you start that, yeah.
Big three for basketball.
Then all of a sudden you also have players playing at 47. Tom Brady. There gotta be people just pay to just to see him still throw a ball. 10 yards. Max.
That's what I was just thinking to myself. Like, how long can he really throw the ball down the field?
Well, speed. The speed will be a lot slower. Think about it.
I don't know. Like you said, I think it's also to play a long time. It also has to be a great situation where the stress ain't on you. You know what I'm saying? Like when Michael Jordan played for the Wizards, everybody raved like, "Oh, he did great at his age," but he also had like Jerry Stackhouse and fucking was it Rip Hamilton that was with him?
Yeah. He traded for Rip.
Yeah,
send him Jerry.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, he had those two people on side of him those 2 years. So like, you had 20 plus per game starters along with you. So it wasn't just you carrying the load by yourself at 38, 39 years old, or whatever the case may be. So it's I mean, like Breeze was a perfect situation for him. Like, as long as it could last. You had a great defense. You had
shouldn't have played last year.
You know, you
should have retired 4 years ago.
You had a receiver that can muscle his way to get open 5-10 yards down the field every single time. You had a running back that was a mismatch out the backfield. Perfect situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How old did Warren Moon? Did Warren Moon play to like his late 30s?
I think early 40s.
You know what I'm saying? So
you gotta understand. I think he came into the league at 28 because he was he went to Canada right out of college because none of the teams was fucking with him. Went there and won 5 Grey Cups in 6 years. So
it's all about situations, man.
Yeah.
If you get in the right situation, you can ride that bitch out.
Gotta be a special player though. Warren Moon, a special player.
Yeah, Warren Moon.
I mean, of course. Yeah, of course. You gotta be a special player. You can't be fucking Blake Bortles. You know what I'm saying? Playing until you 44. That shit ain't gonna happen. Yeah. Or James Winston. Nah, I'm gonna stop playing. I'm gonna fuck with y'all.
James is gonna do good things.
We'll see.
We hope.
I put it like this. I think he will do good things, but I also think he'll do bad things. That's the balance of it is what we need to figure out.
Well, he can always steal crawfish. There's plenty of it down there. But I mean, don't get me wrong. It's kind of like a situation where it's a two-year experiment with Jameis Winston, and then we're gonna have to move on. If it works, he stays.
Yeah, that's what you gotta figure out. You gotta figure out early, like, is he worth a long-term investment in keeping him here? Otherwise, we need to move on.
But I think once he gets a big contract, then it's gonna just plummet back all over again.
You think if he gets the big contract, he's gonna plummet?
I think he might have okay season next year, playoff. If once he gets the playbook and he understands it, he'll make the Saints a playoff team. And then once we give him that big contract, he's gonna be like, yeah, well, I do what I want to do at this point. Then we're gonna regret it.
But I think for the fact that they brought him back, spoke to what they thought of him.
Yeah. I mean, he has an arm.
Yeah, I mean, he has an arm, but no, I'm talking about as far as the character of the person. Like this, him coming to the Saints knowing he was not going to be the starter. This was a year of
development.
Character, not development, but character evaluation. You came into the league being the guy. Now let's see how you are sitting behind somebody else. Will you sit up there and be a problem? Will you sit up there and be the team player? And will you absorb the culture that we have in our locker room and be a part of it and help help develop it and make it more than what it is.
I like that, but I don't like that at the same time, because that can also backfire. Like, there's a bunch of people. There's a bunch of people in the league that's a great backup, a great, like you said, great locker room guy, but then get on the field and fucking stink.
Yeah, Chase Daniel. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So like, you got to get to a point to where they get that balance of being a good locker room guy, but also being an alpha dog at the same time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying. You got to know when to turn it on and off. Like, you got to have some alpha in you to be a quarterback in the league.
Hey, we're gonna have years of Aaron Brooks Jr. all over again.
I mean, Drew Brees is so good, you forgot all about Aaron Brooks.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's gonna be, like I said, 1-2 years. It's gonna be a 2-year experiment, and then hopefully by then or whatever we'll.
Well, you got to find out what he's going to be this year.
Yeah.
Hey, I will say like this or whatever. It's gonna be a 1-2 year experiment. Somehow.
What's the one?
No, one. It's gonna be 2 year. It's gonna be a 2 year.
He got a 1 year deal now.
Well, let's say he'll come back again. Then somehow miraculously Joe Burrow will come available. And he'll just come in.
That's what I want.
Keep wishing.
No. Here's the thing. Cincinnati not gonna never do right by Joe Burrow, and he's gonna be like, the only time I got love is back. I mean, he's not from here. No. He's not from New Orleans. So it's like it's a match made in heaven for him to come back and be like, they're gonna love me here. And of course, he'll be in a system where he can be protected.
Yeah.
And he'll be more mature then too.
Yeah. I mean,
I think he's
mature now.
He's mature now.
I mean, even more so in the league or whatever, just to kind of make sure he protects himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because right now he's just running like crazy around. He'll have a.
Well, because he got no line. You be running too behind that Cincinnati line.
But my thing is New Orleans moving. I always say this. The Aaron Brooks thing put a sour taste in a mobile quarterback in the Saints roster. The way that we work, it has to be somebody who's more accurate. And my thing is, if Jameis is somewhat accurate, they might just do a 2-year run with him. But at the same time, whatever, there are more accurate quarterbacks out there in the league right now that we can probably say, hey, we can definitely get back to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people are saying that the quarterback they did draft, Ian Book from Notre Dame, might be the future of the franchise.
Yeah, okay. But I do think there's going to be some type of. I wouldn't be surprised if they say, "Hey, Taysom is the man going into this." They go try it. It's just lottery picks right now.
Yeah.
Got 2 quarterbacks that start basically. Pick a game, swap them out.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see Taysom being a starter.
True.
Not long term.
Not
long term.
But now you have a situation where Penny can say, given his team and how they play, I can literally swap 1 and 2, make one a starter this week, make another starter, whatever. It doesn't hurt anything.
I'm not a fan of the
not a fan of that
quarterbacks, because you as a person that plays receiver or a person that's at running back, you're trying to adjust to two different types of balls that are being thrown to you, 2 different ways the ball is being handed off to you, 2 different adjustments at the fucking line. It gets a little messy. You can do that in high school and college when you're just that much better most of the time than the opponent. But in NFL, it's such a narrow line as far as competing. You can't be throwing it away because you're not in sync with that particular player because you switch quarterbacks, from 2 weeks ago. So you got to commit to one or the other.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But the play calling is going to be different. Like if you if you go with Taysom, it's going to be a lot more play action, deep ball. It's not no quick decision type shit. At least you can do that with Jameis to a certain degree, and still have the play action deep ball. But with Taysom, it's going to be a lot more bootlegs, a lot more misdirection type shit to keep the defensive line honest. Yeah, I just don't see how you can alternate week to week.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's Sean Payton. You know how he goes. He got crazy ideas that normally.
I mean, this is true. I mean, we know Sean, but he's that might be a situation where he may be too smart for his own good.
Right.
Trying to be the smart man in the room. But Tony Love, it's your time, man. What have we learned this episode?
Let's see. Number one, if the Hawks make it past the first round, they will give the 76ers a problem. The Jazz are underachieving so much in the first round, it will be difficult to believe they will make it past the second. 3, the saying is crabs in the barrel, but who put the barrel there? That touched my soul right there.
You put that on the t-shirt.
Yeah. The media might be heading to a cartel atmosphere. Watch what the fuck you say, fella. Folks.
Fuck Eli Apple.
Entertainment circles are incredibly too small.
All around the world.
Oh, yeah, all around. Brace yourself for old pics of Black China. We want you.
I almost looked it up, and I was scared to press search. The way y'all was explaining it, so I didn't want to.
Woo. So yeah, somebody told me, my boy at work told he from New York, because she's from New York. Like, yeah, man, we knew it before then. Yeah, she had a lot of work done. A lot of work. 7, Jesus really does take the wheel sometimes. That ain't that ain't just saying. And won't he do it? And the double standard of teenage boys and girls with older people is being exposed more in this generation. It's not something nothing that we condone, but damn, it ain't a story to tell either.
Yeah, right. Take that W and keep running. That's like remember a few years back, the Dusturhan teachers.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Just enjoy the ride. Just enjoy the ride. Keep it going, though.
Yeah.
Don't snitch, man.
That's a unicorn effect. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a one in a lifetime event.
Mm-hmm. 2 of them. You had 2 of them.
Double up, Harlem World, like nigga, like. So obviously it wasn't no. I don't know. I think what happened in that situation is he was talking about it and bragging on it, and nobody believed him. That's the type of that's the type of dope shit I think came with that. It's like, nah, I really, nah, you didn't do that. Watch this. And then that shit start getting out. And then, like you said, just nigga, why you telling?
Yeah.
So. But to the flip side of that, I did listen to someone who was talking about, these female teachers getting caught up with male students now. Like most of these, women who become teachers now, they want the popular girl back in high school and college. Nobody was looking for them. So now that they've blossomed into something to look at, and they're teaching at high school, these teenagers are really coming at them, giving the compliments, and they're flattered and building their confidence. And so let me drop them a little something.
So that's a good point. So I know we had 2 teachers on the podcast previously. They both made comments to that, but more so to the parents, like because they're teaching, somebody, kids that we went to school with or whatever the case may be. Like I know for sure for both of them, like getting approached and stuff like that. But they teach younger kids though.
Right.
They teach like 6th and 7th grade. But like high school, because a lot of these teachers are starting teaching like straight at 23, 24.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
They're not far removed from wanting that type of attention and things like that. So that's when it gets a little.
Let me put this in perspective. When Chris Brown was starting off his career, how many older chicks said that little boy can get it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just throw it out there. Just saying, like I heard a bunch of them saying, "Oh, he cute." I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So, and I mean, of course, in the music game, Rockefeller. You know what I'm saying? The whole
wow.
You know what I'm saying? It was known. You know what I'm saying that. You know what I'm saying? A particular artist was very underage, and these grown men, whatever, Foxy Brown.
Yeah, because I remember, in 2007,
gotta make the song cry.
He performed at Essence, and I'm like, why is this kid at Essence? This is a grown show.
Yeah.
You talking about Chris Brown?
Yeah, Chris Brown.
Well, shit, Usher was performing for back. I don't know if he was on Essence, but I know he definitely did it. Well, that was Teen Summit. He's done stuff. I think he done Essence.
It's Teen Summit, bro.
As a teenager,
I'm pretty sure.
I think he was a lot older than that. I think he was older once he performed.
I'm about to say, I remember Usher came in like at 14 years old.
Right. But
yeah,
I don't think I don't think he was doing Essence. But I remember, Chris Brown had to be probably at least 17 by that time, 16 to 17. And like, this little kid on here. I mean, he's singing the little pop songs, because I took my little cousin there for her birthday present. So
music industry is entertainment period. The lines get skewed.
Yes, it does.
It's kind of crazy. Raheem Odell, what you got reckless for us today?
Really nothing. I know if I ever want to snitch on somebody, I got video coverage.
On who?
Somebody talking about your boyfriend.
It's like he gonna just do this live on the air.
Yeah. But outside of that or whatever, it's kind of like have faith in the stock market. The big plummet in crypto is actually a blessing. Buy whenever it dips and ride the wave until it goes up. Also, I will say like this. I will make this point. Have a financial outage whenever you take profit in any stock. I mean, I think some people hold so long or whatever, not necessarily understanding the whole profit thing. Like if you put in 100 and you're making 400, take out your 100 and then ride the money that they, whatever the case. You see what I'm saying? Like
So all right, so explain that. So like you're saying, like you say you invest $200,
right?
And then that flips into say 5,
right?
You're saying to pull out that 200 and reinvest in something else.
Yep.
Got it.
Because you already doubled your money and some. So now you're just playing with house money at this point. And and a lot of people, what they do is they get so emotionally attached that it's their money. So you can say, hey, if I had, like, say, for example, if you made profits on Amazon and then took out your portion, and then all of a sudden you say, hey, I use my 200 for something else, you just expanded your portfolio at that point. And you won't feel so bad if the stock drops 50% and then a year later it doubles again. You know what I mean? Because
so basically, instead of investing $200 more out your pocket, you're just pulling out that 200 that you originally invested.
Right.
So basically, you're flipping that same $200 over and over again.
Basically, yeah. That's how you position yourself to kind of invest in other stuff that you're looking at too. So, like, say for example, I made $1,000 all of a sudden I make $5,000. I take my $1,000 profit out and then invest in some other stuff, but it's still 5. It just, the money's being moved somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Or even if you said, hey, you know, I believe it, like Amazon is what, 2 right now? So like, say for example, if you take out your 1,000 and all of a sudden in that process, while you're looking at your portfolio, you have another 1,000. So it's one less 1,000 out of your pocket to buy the stock that you really want. Versus, you know, some people, they'll just wait until they get all that money at once and then buy that one stock. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Got it.
Last but not least, Tony, you better come sleeveless. It's Zaddy summertime, baby. You know what I mean?
Summertime guns.
Zaddy summer. You know what I'm saying? I call it Ryan Isaac summer.
Between the sheets.
Between the sheets, baby.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you have, long neck?
Questionable. Neck. Whatever.
Questionable.
I don't know. Just
China white surgery.
Trying to deal with these Knicks, man. I'm happy we at least got here. That's how I'm trying to look at it. At least we got here.
Oh.
Do I need to mention the Tampa Bay Bucks to you?
No, not really. We knew once they put all them goddamn.
Because it's basically the same situation. Because we swept the Hawks in the regular season, and then come to the playoffs, they fuck us over. So it's pretty much the same situation as y'all in the Bucks.
I don't care. You know what I mean? I always said
you don't care.
No, I said it was
suspect defense.
Thank you.
Suspect defense.
Thank you. I told you. I said it. I said it once. I said
that means you care.
Our defense wasn't suspect. The quarterback was. You give Tom Brady 30 yards to get a touchdown, he'd make that happen any other day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just letting you know.
He walking away with points.
I'm just letting you know it was suspect as long as Drew Brees was in the hell. I kept saying that for years, but
yeah,
you got to ride with the wave. You know what I mean? So it is what it.
But we'll be back. Yep, we will be back next week. Hopefully we got some good news for New York. But I think it's gonna be bad. But we'll be back next week. Y'all stay out of trouble.
Hang in there, man.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Fuck Trey Young in that bald ass head. Catch y'all next week, man. Later.
All right.
What?